Most people want success, but when it's time to sacrifice, they crumble. They dream big but sleep in. They talk about discipline but let distractions control them. They crave a better life but refuse to pay the price. And that's why they stay stuck, trapped in cycles of regret, watching others rise while they remain the same. But the 1%? They move differently. They don't wait for motivation. They don't make excuses. They embrace the pain, knowing that every struggle today is a step toward greatness tomorrow. If you want to shine forever, you have to be willing to suffer now. The question is, do you have the courage to endure what others won't? Because if you do, you live like they never will. Suffer Now, Shine Forever. Written and published by Stoic Guardian. Introduction. Suffer now, shine forever. It's more than just words. It's a mindset, a way of life, a code that only the strongest live by. In a world obsessed with comfort and shortcuts, the few who understand this truth rise above the rest. Greatness isn't given, it's earned. And the price? Sacrifice, pain, relentless discipline. Most people aren't willing to go through the fire. They crave results without struggle, success without effort, rewards without patience. But the reality is harsh. There is no easy way. Every extraordinary achievement is built on the foundation of discomfort, of pushing past limits, of refusing to settle. This book isn't for those looking for a quick fix or an easy road. It's for the ones who are ready to put in the work, who are willing to trade temporary comfort for lasting greatness. This journey will test you. It will demand more from you than you ever thought possible. But if you endure, if you commit, if you refuse to quit, the rewards will be beyond anything you've ever imagined. The choice is yours. Stay comfortable and remain average, or suffer now and claim the life you were meant for. Chapter 1. The Power of Sacrifice. Sacrifice is the foundation of success. It is the decision to give up something in the present to gain something far greater in the future. This principle applies to every area of life, whether it's pursuing a career, building a business, or achieving personal growth. Sacrifice is not easy, but it is necessary. It requires letting go of immediate pleasures and comforts to focus on long-term goals. This act of giving up what feels good now is what separates those who achieve greatness from those who settle for mediocrity. The path to success demands hard choices. It might mean waking up earlier than others to work on your dreams, skipping social events to focus on your craft, or putting in extra hours when others are resting. These decisions can feel isolating and difficult, but they are the price of progress. Sacrifice teaches discipline and resilience. It forces you to prioritize what truly matters and eliminate distractions that don't serve your purpose. Each small sacrifice builds momentum, bringing you closer to your ultimate goal. To embrace sacrifice, a shift in mindset is essential. Most people avoid discomfort because it feels unnatural and unpleasant. However, discomfort is where growth happens. When you choose to step outside your comfort zone, you discover strengths you didn't know you had. Sacrifice is not about loss, it's about investment. You're not giving something up for nothing. You're trading short-term ease for long-term rewards. This perspective makes it easier to endure challenges because you understand they are temporary and necessary for your future success. Sacrifice also requires clarity of vision. Without a clear goal, it's easy to lose motivation and question why you're making these difficult choices. Knowing exactly what you want and why it matters gives meaning to the sacrifices you make. It transforms them from painful decisions into purposeful actions. Every time you say no to something that doesn't align with your goals, you're saying yes to your dreams. The rewards of sacrifice are immeasurable. While others remain stuck in cycles of instant gratification, those who choose sacrifice build lives of fulfillment and achievement. The temporary discomfort fades, but the results last forever. Sacrifice creates opportunities that would otherwise be out of reach. It opens doors that remain closed to those unwilling to pay the price. In the end, sacrifice is not about deprivation, It's about empowerment. It's the realization that you have control over your choices and your future. By sacrificing now, you take charge of your destiny and position yourself for a life that others can only imagine. The journey is challenging, but every step forward brings you closer to becoming the person you were meant to be. Success demands sacrifice, but the rewards make every moment worth it. Chapter 2. The 4 a.m. Rule. Waking up at 4 a.m. is not just about starting your day early, it's about taking control of your time and setting yourself apart from the crowd. While most people are still asleep, the quiet hours of the morning offer an unmatched opportunity for focus, clarity, and productivity. This habit is not easy to develop, but it is one of the most powerful ways to gain an edge in life. The early morning hours are free from distraction. There are no interruptions from phone calls, messages, or social media. The world is still, and this silence creates the perfect environment for deep work. Whether you're planning your day, working on a project, or learning something new, the focus you achieve in these hours is unparalleled. It's a time to think clearly and make progress without the noise of the outside world pulling you in different directions. Waking up early also builds discipline. It requires you to resist the temptation to hit snooze and stay in bed. Each time you choose to get up instead of giving in to comfort, you strengthen your willpower. This discipline carries over into other areas of your life. It teaches you to prioritize what matters and push through resistance, even when it's hard. The 4 a.m. rule is not just about productivity, it's about intention. Starting your day early allows you to set the tone for everything that follows. You're not rushing or reacting, you're leading with purpose. This proactive approach creates a sense of control and confidence that lasts throughout the day. You're no longer playing catch-up, you're ahead of the game. To adopt this habit, preparation is key. Going to bed earlier ensures you get enough rest and wake up feeling refreshed. Planning your morning routine gives structure to your time and prevents aimlessness. Knowing exactly what you'll do when you wake up makes it easier to stay consistent and avoid wasting precious hours. The benefits of waking up at 4 a.m. extend far beyond the morning itself. Over time, this habit compounds into remarkable results. The extra hours you invest in yourself add up, giving you an advantage that others simply don't have. While they sleep, you're building skills, making progress, and moving closer to your goals. This habit is not for everyone. It takes effort and commitment, but it's worth it for those who are serious about success. Waking up early is a statement that you value your time and are willing to do what others won't. It's a choice to rise above mediocrity and take ownership of your life. The 4 a.m. rule is more than just waking up early. It's a mindset shift that transforms how you approach each day. It's a decision to prioritize growth over comfort and action over excuses. By embracing this habit, you position yourself for greatness while others remain stuck in their routine. The path isn't easy, but those who follow it reap rewards that last a lifetime. Chapter 3. Discipline over motivation. Motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes, often leaving you stranded when you need it most. Discipline, on the other hand, is steady and reliable. It doesn't depend on how you feel or what mood you're in. It's a commitment to doing what needs to be done, no matter the circumstances. This is why discipline will always outweigh motivation when it comes to achieving success. Motivation is often romanticized as the driving force behind success, but the truth is that it's unpredictable. Some days you'll wake up feeling inspired and ready to take on the world. Other days you'll feel tired, unmotivated, or even defeated. If you rely solely on motivation to take action, you'll find yourself stuck in a cycle of inconsistency. Discipline breaks this cycle. It ensures that you keep moving forward, even when the excitement fades. Discipline is built through repetition and consistency. It's about showing up every day, regardless of how you feel. This might mean going to the gym when you'd rather stay in bed, working on your goals after a long day at work, or sticking to your plan even when distractions tempt you to quit. Each time you choose discipline over comfort, you strengthen your ability to persevere. The beauty of discipline is that it creates momentum. The more consistent you are, the easier it becomes to maintain your habits. Over time, these small actions compound into significant progress. What once felt difficult becomes second nature. Discipline turns effort into routine, and routine into results. To develop discipline, start small, focus on one habit at a time and commit to it fully. Set clear goals and create a plan to achieve them. Remove temptations and distractions that might derail your progress. Most importantly, hold yourself accountable. Discipline thrives on accountability, whether it's tracking your progress or reminding yourself why you started in the first place. Discipline also requires self-awareness. You need to recognize when excuses creep in and challenge them head-on. It's easy to justify skipping a workout or procrastinating on a task, but these small decisions add up over time. By staying honest with yourself and prioritizing action over excuses, you reinforce the mindset needed for long-term success. While motivation can spark action, discipline sustains it. It keeps you moving forward when motivation runs out and life gets tough. Discipline isn't glamorous. It's often mundane and repetitive, but it's what separates those who achieve their goals from those who don't. Discipline is freedom. It frees you from the limitations of mood and circumstance, giving you control over your actions and outcomes. By choosing discipline over motivation, you build a foundation for success that can withstand any challenge. The journey may not always be exciting or easy, but it will always be worth it for those who are willing to stay the course. Chapter 4. Trading comfort for greatness. Comfort is seductive. It's the warm bed that keeps you from waking up early, the easy path that avoids challenges, and the distractions that pull you away from your goals. Comfort feels safe and familiar, but it's also where dreams go to die. Greatness demands that you step out of your comfort zone and embrace the discomfort that comes with growth. It's not an easy trade, but it's one that separates those who achieve extraordinary results from those who remain stuck in mediocrity. Comfort zones are deceptive. They give the illusion of security, but they trap you in routines and habits that prevent progress. Staying comfortable means avoiding risks, challenges, and opportunities for growth. It's a choice to settle for less than your potential because stepping into the unknown feels intimidating. But greatness lives outside of comfort zones. It requires you to take risks, face fears, and challenge yourself in ways you never thought possible. Trading comfort for greatness begins with a mindset shift. You must accept that discomfort is not something to fear, it's something to embrace. Discomfort signals growth. It means you're pushing your limits and expanding your capabilities. Every time you choose discomfort over ease, you're investing in your future self. This shift in perspective transforms discomfort from an obstacle into a tool for success. The process of leaving your comfort zone is challenging, but it's also rewarding. It forces you to confront weaknesses and develop strengths. You learn resilience by facing setbacks and overcoming obstacles. You build confidence by proving to yourself that you can handle difficult situations. Each step outside your comfort zone brings you closer to becoming the person you want to be. Trading comfort for greatness also requires sacrifice. You may need to give up habits or activities that don't align with your goals. This might mean spending less time on entertainment and more time on self-improvement, or saying no to distractions so you can focus on what truly matters. These sacrifices can feel uncomfortable in the moment, but they pave the way for long-term success. The rewards of stepping out of your comfort zone are life-changing. You discover new opportunities, achieve goals you once thought impossible, and unlock potential you didn't know existed. The discomfort fades, but the growth remains. While others stay stuck in their routines, you move forward toward a life of fulfillment and achievement. Trading comfort for greatness is not a one-time decision, it's a daily choice. Every day presents moments where you can choose ease or effort, distraction or focus, mediocrity or excellence. The more consistently you choose greatness over comfort, the stronger your commitment becomes. Comfort is temporary, but greatness lasts forever. By making this trade, you take control of your life and position yourself for extraordinary success. The journey is not easy, but it is worth it for those who are willing to leave their comfort zones behind and chase their dreams relentlessly. Chapter 5. The Mindset of the 1%. The difference between the top 1% and everyone else lies in their mindset. It's not luck, talent, or even resources that set them apart. It's how they think, approach challenges, and make decisions. The 1% see the world differently. They don't settle for mediocrity or make excuses. Instead, they cultivate a mindset of growth, resilience, and relentless determination. This is what allows them to achieve extraordinary success, while others remain stuck in average routine. The mindset of the 1% begins with a belief in possibilities. They don't limit themselves by doubting what they can achieve. Instead, they focus on potential and opportunity. When faced with challenges, they don't see obstacles, they see solutions. This perspective allows them to stay optimistic and proactive, even in difficult situations. They understand that setbacks are temporary and that every failure is a chance to learn and improve. Another defining trait of the 1% is their ability to take ownership of their lives. They don't blame circumstances, other people, or external factors for their outcomes. Instead, they take full responsibility for their actions and decisions. This sense of accountability empowers them to stay in control and make changes when necessary. They don't wait for success to come to them, they go out and create it. The 1% also embrace discomfort as a necessary part of growth. While most people avoid challenges because they're uncomfortable or intimidating, the top achievers actively seek them out. They understand that true progress comes from pushing beyond limits and facing fears head-on. This willingness to step into discomfort sets them apart from those who prioritize ease over effort. Focus is another critical aspect of the 1% mindset. They know how to tune out distractions and zero in on what truly matters. While others get lost in entertainment, social media, or unproductive habits, the 1% dedicate their time and energy to their goals. They have a clear vision of what they want and are disciplined enough to stay committed to it. The mindset of the 1% also includes an unwavering commitment to self-improvement. They are lifelong learners who constantly seek ways to grow and evolve. Whether it's reading books, taking courses, or learning from mentors, they invest in themselves because they understand that knowledge is power. This dedication to growth keeps them ahead of the curve and prepared for any challenge. Finally, the 1% possess an unshakable resilience. They don't give up when things get tough. They adapt, persevere, and keep moving forward. Their ability to bounce back from failures and setbacks is what allows them to achieve greatness, while others quit at the first sign of difficulty. Adopting the mindset of the 1% requires intentional effort. It means shifting your perspective from limitations to possibilities, taking ownership of your actions, embracing discomfort, staying focused on your goals, investing in yourself, and developing resilience. These changes won't happen overnight, but with consistent practice, you can transform your thinking and position yourself for extraordinary success. Success starts in your mind. By cultivating the mindset of the 1%, you unlock your potential and set yourself on a path toward greatness that few are willing to follow. The journey is challenging but deeply rewarding for those who are ready to think differently and live boldly. Chapter 6. Investing in your mind. Your mind is your greatest asset. It shapes your thoughts, decisions, and actions, ultimately determining the course of your life. Yet most people neglect this powerful tool, choosing entertainment over education and distractions over development. The 1% understand the value of investing in their minds. They know that the more they learn, grow, and sharpen their thinking, the more equipped they are to succeed in any area of life. Investing in your mind begins with a commitment to lifelong learning. Growth doesn't stop after school or college. It's a continuous process that requires intentional effort. The top achievers make learning a daily habit, whether it's reading books, listening to podcasts, or seeking out mentors who can guide them. They understand that knowledge is power, and that every new idea or skill brings them closer to their goals. The act of learning expands your perspective. It allows you to see opportunities where others see obstacles, and solutions where others see problems. When you invest in your mind, you gain the ability to think critically and creatively. This skill is invaluable in navigating challenges and making decisions that lead to success. Investing in your mind also means protecting it from negativity and distractions. The information you consume shapes your thoughts and beliefs. If you surround yourself with negativity, whether it's through toxic relationships, social media, or news, you limit your potential for growth. The 1% are intentional about what they allow into their minds. They seek out positivity, inspiration, and knowledge that aligns with their goals. Another aspect of mental investment is self-reflection. Taking time to analyze your thoughts, actions, and progress helps you identify areas for improvement. It allows you to learn from mistakes and adjust your approach when necessary. Self-reflection is a powerful tool for growth because it keeps you aligned with your purpose and focused on what truly matters. Investing in your mind also involves stepping out of your comfort zone. Growth requires challenging yourself to learn new skills or tackle unfamiliar problems. While this can be intimidating at first, it's one of the most effective ways to expand your capabilities and build confidence. Each time you push yourself beyond what you thought possible, you strengthen your mind and prepare it for even greater challenges. The rewards of investing in your mind are limitless. It opens doors to opportunities that would otherwise remain closed. It equips you with the tools to handle adversity and adapt to change. It gives you the confidence to pursue ambitious goals because you know you have the knowledge and skills to succeed. This investment is not something that happens overnight. It's a lifelong process that requires consistency and dedication. But every small effort adds up over time, creating a foundation for success that cannot be shaken. Investing in your mind is one of the most important decisions you can make for yourself. It's a choice to prioritize growth over stagnation and potential over mediocrity. By committing to this investment, you unlock possibilities that others never will and position yourself for a life of fulfillment and achievement. Chapter 7. Overcoming weakness. Weakness is not a permanent state. It's a challenge to be confronted, understood, and ultimately overcome. Everyone has weaknesses, whether they're physical, mental, or emotional. What separates the 1% from the rest is their willingness to face these limitations head-on and transform them into strengths. They don't let their weaknesses define them. Instead, they use them as fuel for growth. The first step in overcoming weakness is recognizing it. This requires honesty and self-awareness. Many people avoid acknowledging their flaws because it's uncomfortable to admit where they fall short. But ignoring weakness doesn't make it go away. It only allows it to grow unchecked. By identifying your weaknesses, you take the first step toward addressing them. This isn't about self-criticism, it's about taking responsibility for your growth. Once you've identified a weakness, the next step is understanding its root cause. Weaknesses often stem from fear, lack of knowledge, or habits that have been reinforced over time. For example, procrastination might come from a fear of failure, while a lack of confidence could be tied to past experiences. Understanding where your weaknesses come from allows you to address them at their source, rather than just treating the symptom. Overcoming weakness requires consistent effort and patience. It's not something that happens overnight, but with deliberate action, progress is inevitable. Start by setting small, achievable goals that target your specific area of improvement. If your weakness is public speaking, begin by practicing in front of a mirror or speaking to a small group of friends. If it's discipline, commit to completing one small task every day without fail. Each small victory builds momentum and confidence. Another important aspect of overcoming weakness is seeking help when needed. The 1% understand that they don't have to do everything alone. Whether it's hiring a coach, seeking advice from a mentor, or learning from someone who has already overcome similar challenges, asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. Surrounding yourself with people who support and challenge you can accelerate your growth. It's also crucial to reframe how you view failure during this process. Failure is not proof of weakness. It's evidence that you're trying and learning. Every setback provides valuable lessons that bring you closer to success. The key is to keep going, even when progress feels slow or difficult. Resilience is built through persistence in the face of obstacles. Overcoming weakness also involves replacing negative habits with positive ones. Weakness often thrives on patterns of behavior that reinforce it over time. By identifying these patterns and consciously replacing them with habits that align with your goals, you create an environment for growth. For example, if distraction is your weakness, develop habits like setting boundaries for phone use or creating a dedicated workspace free from interruptions. The process of overcoming weakness transforms more than just the specific area you're working on. It changes how you see yourself. Each time you conquer a limitation, you prove to yourself that you are capable of growth and improvement. This builds confidence and reinforces the belief that no challenge is insurmountable. Overcoming weakness is about progress, not perfection. It's about choosing growth over comfort and action over excuses. By facing your weaknesses instead of avoiding them, you unlock the potential within yourself to achieve greatness. The journey may be difficult, but every step forward brings you closer to becoming the strongest version of yourself. Chapter 8. Staying focused in a distracted world. Focus is a rare skill in today's world. Everywhere you turn, there are distractions competing for your attention. Social media, notifications, endless entertainment, and the constant noise of modern life. These distractions pull you away from your goals and waste your most valuable resource, time. The 1% understand the importance of focus. They know that success requires undivided attention and the ability to block out everything that doesn't serve their purpose. Staying focused begins with clarity. You need to know exactly what you want to achieve and why it matters. Without a clear goal, it's easy to get lost in distractions because there's no sense of direction. When you have a strong purpose, it becomes easier to prioritize your time and energy. Every decision you make should align with your goals, and anything that doesn't is simply noise. The next step is eliminating distractions. This requires honesty about what's pulling your attention away from what truly matters. Distractions come in many forms: your phone, television, unnecessary conversations, or even your own thoughts. Identify these distractions and take intentional steps to remove or minimize them. Turn off notifications, set boundaries for social media use, or create a workspace free from interruptions. The less temptation you have, the easier it becomes to stay focused. Another key to focus is managing your energy. Even with the best intentions, it's hard to concentrate if you're tired or overwhelmed. The 1% prioritize their physical and mental well-being so they can perform at their best. This means getting enough sleep, eating well, exercising regularly, and taking breaks when needed. A healthy body and mind are essential for sustained focus. Time management also plays a crucial role in staying focused. The 1% plan their days with precision, allocating specific blocks of time for important tasks. This structure prevents aimlessness and ensures that every moment is used effectively. Start by identifying your most productive hours and scheduling your hardest tasks during that time. Use tools like timers or calendars to stay on track and avoid wasting time. Focus also requires discipline. There will be moments when distractions feel tempting or when the task at hand seems overwhelming. In these moments, discipline keeps you grounded. Remind yourself of why you started and what's at stake if you lose focus. Each time you choose focus over distraction, you strengthen your ability to stay committed. It's important to recognize that focus is not about perfection, it's about progress. You don't have to be focused every second of every day. Instead, aim for consistent effort toward your goals. If you find yourself distracted, don't dwell on it, simply refocus and continue moving forward. The rewards of staying focused are immense. While others waste hours on meaningless activities, you'll be making steady progress toward your dreams. Focus allows you to accomplish more in less time because every action is intentional and aligned with your purpose. Staying focused is a choice, a decision to prioritize what matters most over fleeting distractions. It's not always easy, but it's worth it for those who are serious about achieving greatness. By mastering the art of focus in a distracted world, you position yourself for success that others can only imagine. Chapter 9. The pain of discipline versus the pain of regret. Life is full of choices, and every choice carries consequences. When it comes to achieving success, there are two types of pain you must face: the pain of discipline and the pain of regret. Discipline demands effort, sacrifice, and consistency. Regret, on the other hand, is the result of missed opportunities and unfulfilled potential. The 1% understand that while discipline is hard in the moment, regret lasts a lifetime. The pain of discipline is temporary. It's waking up early when you'd rather sleep in. It's working on your goals when you're tired or uninspired. It's saying no to distractions and staying focused on what matters most. Discipline requires you to push through discomfort and resist the temptation to take the easy way out. It's not enjoyable, but it's necessary for growth. Discipline feels challenging because it forces you to confront your limits. It requires effort when you don't feel like trying, and persistence when results are slow to come. But this pain is fleeting. Each act of discipline builds strength, resilience, and momentum. Over time, what once felt difficult becomes second nature, and the rewards begin to outweigh the struggle. Regret, however, is a different kind of pain. It's the sting of looking back on your life and realizing you didn't try hard enough or take advantage of opportunities that were within your reach. Regret doesn't fade. It lingers in your mind as a reminder of what could have been. Unlike discipline, regret offers no reward, only emptiness and frustration. The pain of regret often stems from choices made in favor of comfort or convenience. Skipping that workout, procrastinating on your goals, or avoiding challenges may feel good in the moment, but these decisions accumulate over time. Each missed opportunity adds up until you're left wondering how much further you could have gone if only you had chosen differently. Choosing discipline over regret requires a shift in perspective. Instead of focusing on how hard something feels right now, think about how much harder it will be to live with regret later. Ask yourself, will I be proud of this decision tomorrow? A week from now? Years from now? This mindset helps you prioritize long-term fulfillment over short-term ease. Discipline also requires commitment to your goals. When you have a clear vision of what you want to achieve and why it matters, it becomes easier to endure the discomfort that comes with staying disciplined. Every act of discipline brings you closer to your dreams, while every moment of hesitation pushes them further away. The 1% understand that success is not about avoiding pain, it's about choosing the right kind of pain. They embrace the temporary struggle of discipline because they know it leads to lasting rewards. They refuse to let fear or laziness dictate their actions because they understand that regret is far more painful than any challenge they might face. The choice between discipline and regret is yours to make. Both paths involve pain, but only one leads to greatness. By choosing discipline today, you create a future free from regret. A future where you can look back with pride knowing that you gave everything you had to become the best version of yourself. Chapter 10. Building relentless habits. Success is not achieved through occasional bursts of effort. It's built on the foundation of consistent habits. The 1% understand that their daily actions shape their future. They don't rely on luck or chance. They rely on the power of relentless habits. These habits are not just routines. They are deliberate, disciplined actions, repeated consistently over time until they become second nature. Building relentless habits starts with intention. You must be clear about what you want to achieve and identify the habits that will help you get there. Success doesn't happen by accident. It's the result of purposeful choices made every single day. Whether it's exercising, reading, working on a skill, or dedicating time to your goals, the habits you build must align with your vision for the future. The key to creating lasting habits is starting small. Many people fail because they try to do too much at once, overwhelming themselves and losing momentum. Instead, focus on one habit at a time and make it manageable. For example, if you want to start exercising, commit to just 10 minutes a day instead of an hour. Once this becomes a consistent part of your routine, you can gradually increase the intensity or consistency is the cornerstone of relentless habits. It's not about doing something perfectly every time. It's about showing up no matter what. There will be days when you feel tired, unmotivated, or distracted, but these are the moments that matter most. Each time you choose to stick to your habit despite the obstacles, you strengthen your resolve and reinforce your commitment. Another important aspect of building habits is creating an environment that supports them. Your surroundings play a significant role in shaping your behavior. If your goal is to read more, keep books within easy reach and limit distractions like television or social media. If you want to eat healthier, stock your kitchen with nutritious options and remove unhealthy temptations. By designing an environment that aligns with your goals, you make it easier to stay consistent. Accountability is also essential for building relentless habits. When you hold yourself accountable for your actions, you're less likely to make excuses or give up when things get tough. This could mean tracking your progress in a journal, setting reminders, or sharing your goals with someone who will encourage and challenge you to stay on track. Relentless habits require patience and persistence. It takes time for new behaviors to become automatic, and there will be setbacks along the way. The 1% don't let mistakes derail them. They use them as learning opportunities and keep moving forward. Progress is not always linear, but every small step adds up over time. The beauty of relentless habits is that they compound. What starts as a small daily action eventually leads to significant results. Each habit builds upon the last, creating momentum that propels you towards success. Over time, these habits become part of who you are, a reflection of your commitment to growth and excellence. Building relentless habits is about taking control of your life one action at a time. It's about choosing consistency over convenience and discipline over excuses. By committing to these habits every day, you create a foundation for success that will carry you through any challenge. The journey may be long, but the rewards are worth it for those who are willing to stay relentless in their pursuit of greatness. Chapter 11. Embracing failure as growth. Failure is often misunderstood. Many people see it as an endpoint, a sign that they're not good enough or that their efforts were wasted. But the 1% view failure differently. To them, failure is not the opposite of success. It's a necessary part of the journey toward it. They understand that every setback is an opportunity to learn, grow, and come back stronger. Embracing failure as growth is one of the most powerful mindsets you can adopt. Failure is inevitable when you're striving for greatness. The bigger your goals, the greater the risks you'll need to take. And with risk comes the possibility of falling short. But failure is not something to fear, it's something to embrace. Each time you fail, you gain valuable insights about what works and what doesn't. These lessons are stepping stones on the path to success. The key to embracing failure is changing how you perceive it. Instead of seeing it as a reflection of your worth or abilities, view it as feedback. Failure doesn't mean you're incapable. It means there's room for improvement. It's a signal that something needs to be adjusted, whether it's your strategy, effort, or approach. By reframing failure in this way, you remove its power to discourage you and instead use it as a tool for growth. One of the most important lessons failure teaches is resilience. When things don't go as planned, you have two choices: give up or keep going. The 1% choose to keep going. They use failure as an opportunity to build mental toughness and prove to themselves that they can overcome any obstacle. Each time they bounce back from a setback, they grow stronger and more determined. Failure also forces you to step outside your comfort zone. It pushes you to confront challenges and take risks that others avoid out of fear. While staying safe might protect you from failure in the short term, it also limits your potential for growth. The 1% understand that failure is a sign they're pushing their boundaries and striving for something meaningful. To embrace failure as growth, you must let go of perfectionism. Many people are so afraid of making mistakes that they never take action at all. But waiting for the perfect moment or trying to avoid every possible misstep only holds you back. Progress is messy and mistakes are inevitable, but they're also where the most valuable lessons are found. Another way to grow from failure is by reflecting on it honestly and objectively. Ask yourself, what went wrong? What could I have done differently? What can I learn from this experience? By analyzing your failures without judgment or self-criticism, you gain clarity and insight that will help you succeed in the future. It's also important to remember that failure is temporary. No matter how big or painful a setback feels in the moment, it doesn't define your entire journey. The 1% don't dwell on their failures. They learn from them and move forward with renewed focus and determination. In the end, failure is not something to avoid, it's something to embrace as an essential part of growth. Each time you fail, you're one step closer to success because you've gained knowledge and experience that will guide you forward. By adopting this mindset, you free yourself from the fear of failure and open yourself up to endless possibilities. The path to greatness is paved with failures, but those who are willing to embrace them will find that every setback brings them closer to their goals. Success isn't about avoiding failure, it's about learning from it and using it as fuel for growth. For those who dare to fail boldly, greatness awaits on the other side. Chapter 12. The Long Game. Delayed gratification. In a world that thrives on instant gratification, the ability to delay rewards has become a rare and powerful skill. Most people want results now: success without struggle, rewards without effort, and shortcuts to their goals. But the 1% understand that true success is a long game. It requires patience, persistence, and the willingness to sacrifice immediate pleasure for lasting fulfillment. Delayed gratification is the secret weapon of those who achieve greatness. Delayed gratification is the practice of resisting short-term temptations in order to achieve long-term goals. It's choosing discipline over indulgence, focus over distraction, and effort over ease. This mindset isn't easy to adopt because it goes against human nature. We're wired to seek comfort and avoid pain. But the 1% have trained themselves to think differently. They understand that the greatest rewards come to those who are willing to wait and work for them. The essence of delayed gratification lies in prioritization. It's about knowing what matters most and aligning your actions with your ultimate goals. This means saying no to things that offer immediate satisfaction but don't contribute to your long-term vision. For example, skipping a night out with friends to work on your business, or saving money instead of spending it impulsively. These small sacrifices add up over time, creating a foundation for future success. Patience is at the heart of delayed gratification. The 1% know that great things take time, whether it's building a career, mastering a skill, or achieving financial independence. They're willing to put in the work and wait for the results. They don't get discouraged by slow progress because they trust the process and stay focused on their bigger picture. One of the biggest challenges of delayed gratification is resisting distraction. In today's fast-paced world, there's always something competing for your attention: social media, entertainment, or instant rewards that promise quick happiness. The 1% have mastered the art of tuning out these distractions and staying committed to their goals. They understand that every moment spent chasing fleeting pleasures is a moment lost from building their future. Delayed gratification also requires faith in yourself and your vision. When results don't come immediately, it's easy to doubt whether your efforts are worth it. But the 1% trust that their hard work will pay off in time. They stay consistent even when progress feels invisible because they know that success is often the result of compounding effort. The rewards of delayed gratification are worth every sacrifice. While others settle for short-lived pleasures, those who play the long game achieve results that last a lifetime. They build careers, relationships, and legacies that stand the test of time because they were willing to do what others wouldn't. This mindset isn't just about achieving external success, it's about personal growth as well. Delayed gratification teaches discipline, patience, and resilience. It strengthens your character and prepares you for challenges that require long-term commitment. In the end, delayed gratification is about choosing what you want most over what you want now. It's about trading temporary comfort for lasting greatness. The journey may be slow and challenging at times, but every step forward brings you closer to a life of fulfillment and achievement. The 1% understand that success is not a sprint, it's a marathon. By embracing delayed gratification, they position themselves for extraordinary results, while others remain stuck chasing instant rewards. If you're willing to play the long game, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Chapter 13. Living how others never will. The life you dream of is not handed out. It's earned. It's built through sacrifice, discipline, and relentless effort that most people aren't willing to give. The 1% live differently because they work differently. They make choices that seem extreme to others, but these choices are exactly what allow them to live how others never will. Their lives are a reflection of their willingness to do what the 99% refuse to do. Living how others never will begins with rejecting mediocrity. Most people settle for average because it's comfortable and familiar. They follow routines that keep them safe but stagnant, and they avoid challenges because they're afraid of failure. The 1% refuse to settle. They push themselves beyond their limits and strive for excellence in everything they do. They understand that greatness requires discomfort and are willing to embrace it. This way of living also means making sacrifices that others won't. While most people choose instant gratification, spending money on luxuries, wasting time on distractions, or avoiding hard work, the 1% focus on their goals. They trade nights out for early mornings, entertainment for education, and comfort for progress. These sacrifices may seem small in the moment, but over time they add up to create extraordinary results. The 1% also live differently because they prioritize growth over ease. They don't shy away from challenges or settle for what's convenient. Instead, they actively seek opportunities to learn, improve, and expand their capabilities. This mindset allows them to adapt to change and overcome obstacles that hold others back. Another defining trait of those who live how others never will is their ability to stay disciplined when motivation fades. Most people rely on fleeting inspiration to take action, but the 1% understand that discipline is the key to consistency. They show up every day, even when they don't feel like it, because they know that progress is built through repeated effort. Living differently also means thinking different. The 1% don't follow the crowd or conform to societal expectations. They create their own paths. They challenge conventional wisdom and take risks that others avoid because they see opportunities where others see limitations. This independent mindset allows them to achieve results that seem impossible to those who play it safe. The rewards of living how others never will are profound. While the 99% remain stuck in cycles of mediocrity, the 1% build lives of fulfillment, freedom, and achievement. They experience success not just in their careers, but in all areas of life: relationships, health, personal growth, because they've made choices that align with their highest potential. This way of living is not easy. It requires courage, commitment, and resilience. But it's worth it for those who are willing to do the work. By choosing this path, you position yourself for a life that others can only dream of. A life where you're not limited by fear or excuses, but empowered by your actions and decisions. In the end, living how others never will is about making choices that reflect your values and priorities, rather than settling for what's easy or expected. It's about daring to be different and striving for greatness, even when the odds seem stacked against you. The question is, are you ready to live differently? If you are willing to make sacrifices, stay disciplined, and commit fully to your goals, there's no limit to what you can achieve. The journey may be challenging, but the rewards are extraordinary for those who dare to live how others never will. Chapter 14. Shine Forever. Your legacy. The sacrifices you make today, the discipline you practice, and the relentless effort you give are not just about achieving success in the moment. They're about building a legacy that lasts. To shine forever means to create something that endures long after the work is done. It's about living a life so impactful, so meaningful, that your efforts echo through time. The 1% don't just chase success for themselves. They aim to leave a mark on the world. Your legacy begins with the choices you make every day. Each decision, no matter how small, contributes to the story you're writing. Will you choose comfort or growth, distraction or focus, mediocrity or greatness? The path you take determines not only the life you live, but also the impact you have on others. Building a legacy requires intentionality. It's about aligning your actions with your values and your vision for the future. To shine forever, you must think beyond yourself. True greatness isn't measured by personal achievements alone. It's measured by how much you contribute to others. Whether it's inspiring people through your work, mentoring those who follow in your footsteps, or creating something that benefits society, your legacy is defined by the positive change you bring to the world. The 1% understand this. They don't just strive for success, they strive for significance. Shining forever also means staying true to your purpose. There will be moments when the journey feels overwhelming, when setbacks test your resolve, and when doubt creeps in. But those who leave a lasting legacy are the ones who remain steadfast in their commitment to their goals. They don't waver in the face of adversity because they know their purpose is bigger than any obstacle. Your legacy is also shaped by how you treat others along the way. Success achieved at the expense of integrity or relationships is hollow and fleeting. The 1% understand that kindness, respect, and generosity are just as important as hard work and ambition. By lifting others up as you rise, you create a ripple effect that multiplies your impact. The journey to building a lasting legacy requires patience and perseverance. It's not about quick wins or instant gratification. It's about playing the long game and staying consistent over time. The 1% know that their actions today will shape their future, and that every step forward brings them closer to creating something timeless. When you shine forever, it's not just about what you accomplish, it's about who you become in the process. The sacrifices you make, the challenges you overcome, and the growth you experience transform you into someone capable of achieving extraordinary things. This transformation is what makes your legacy so powerful. It's a testament to what's possible when you commit fully to your potential. In the end, shining forever is about living a life of purpose, passion, and impact. It's about making choices that align with your highest values and refusing to settle for anything less than greatness. By embracing this mindset, you create a life that not only fulfills your dreams, but also inspires others to pursue theirs. Your legacy is yours to build. It starts with the decisions you make today and grows with every step forward on your journey. If you're willing to sacrifice now, stay disciplined, and remain focused on your purpose, there's no limit to what you can achieve, or how brightly you can shine for generations to come. So ask yourself, what kind of legacy do you want to leave? The choice is yours, and if you commit fully to it, your light will shine forever.